Just leave the balls. You will pick them up later. We're just going to run in the circle, and then we will make things more complex. Just make an alignment, it doesn't matter how. Just start easily. We can start with regular running, and we can make it more complex. The main idea is they're increasing their body temperature. I'm telling them what is the goal of the practice and what is going to be done. And I'm telling them everything that you can usually say to them when they're standing on the floor, static, but everything can be packed up into 30 or 45 minutes, however the head coach gave us. We can do a bit of coordination here. We can make it more complex to use one or the other hand. Different ways of moving arms while running. Also, we can give, for example, directions. We can give directions to the first guy in the line, and the rest of them will have to follow. So we're developing their ability to listen and trying to teach them to be able to follow more than just one task that we give them. It's important just not to make it too complex and not to disturb this increasing of the temperature, which is the main goal. Okay, now the last person from the line will run over the whole line, but from the inside. We're doing it from the inside to be a bit shorter. After 30 seconds or 1 minute, we can start with the same thing, but just from the outside. So the last player from the line will run over the whole line, but from the outside. Sure, we can do a zigzag running, cross running, like making a snake through the line, as he's doing it now. Okay, in this first part, we're listening to what they're doing, if they're talking, if they're in a group. We're watching at their body parts, whether their feet are soft, and we're also using all that information to modify the practice. Maybe we will decrease the intensity or change some component of. Now they can do some skip drills, different kinds of athletic movements. We're just going to change the formation till you come to the corner. Now the whole team can run in front, just running regularly. Now sideways. As the sideways movements came, we separated them because not to collide into each other, not to run into each other. Now karaoke move to one side till the half court and then to the other side later. If we have too many players, we'll just divide them in an easy way. We will say first, second, first, second, first, second, first, second. So the first ones will come back and the second ones are continuing to the opposite side. So without stopping, we just divided them into two groups. Indian jumps. Here, you can do a countless amount of drills. Now a bit of in front and then backwards. Also in this part you can introduce 1 or 2 balls and so on. If the practice is continuing later with running, or we said that in the main part we will do individual technique and techniques only, Now diagonal running, you run to this side and you run to the other side. So running diagonally. And easy running by the sideline easily. If you be doing some running afterwards, you are preparing the cardiovascular and respiratory system in a specific way. Now we're shortening the break, and we will not run by the sideline, but we will use the baseline to run back to the next point, where we will again start with the running diagonally. Without increasing the intensity, we basically shorten the break. We deliberately have odd number of players here. We have a certain amount of pairs, and also we will have one team of 3 players. We want to show you how you can work even when you have a not usual amount of number of the players. Just go through big groups of the muscles, but each of you for himself, if somebody has some kind of inflammation or something, if somebody has some other need, like there's no need to go through warming up shoulders, and stuff like that, but hips, maybe feet, and we could have shortened this, but we want to show a certain amount of drills, so that's why we are continuing with this part. So the temperature of the players, of their bodies, has been increased, and they're mentally into the practice already. We can continue with giving them additional drills, and here this is what is different than the usual practice. They are warmed up now, they will do a bit of stretching, and then later on they will do some specific part like they will be doing in the main part of the basketball practice. No, we're not going to do that. We will parallelly find a solution to increase the temperature, but also to develop some other moves and to introduce them physiologically, and we will also do some techniques. So in the next 20 minutes we will do all of that. Now make some space. Come here inside the floor, inside the. Leave the balls. We will need them a bit later, because we will make these drills a bit more complicated with the balls at the end. Come here freely. We can do just basic skip now. We will try to do different kinds of drills in different intensities, more and faster and faster. Now stretch your back. I'll give a drill for 10 or 15 seconds and progressively making it more complex. And in the breaks we are giving them some movement and parallelly developing the body and warming it up. Now with the 80% of speed, now we're collecting everything. We're watching if they're doing their drill correctly, if their feet are doing well, knees are high enough. Come on, let's get closer. You can have your alignment like this, to be able to show it more to the audience. Low, semi-high, and high. You can do all different kinds of drills, athletic drills. Here, if what you're doing with younger, you can isolate just doing arms, just one leg. Professionals can do more and more complex drills. Now on one leg, to the left and to the right. If somebody feels like this is easy, they can close their eyes, they can bend their knee, and you can make it more complex if they feel that this is not too tiring for them. Now we're combining semi-high a few times, and again just a bit faster. Now to the side, all the way behind your back, like you're trying to reach something. Now the same thing on one leg. Use different hand, different arm to swing. Now here we can do later on athletic drills, but we can also get into coordination. So through some aerobic, we already increase the temperature of the body enough so we can make some plyometrical drills. Now hands to the side, we're making it more complex. Arms in front. Now you can do a windmill drill. If we see that somebody is not doing it well, we stop there, and then next time in the next practice we will show them the right technique, how to do it. In the introduction part, when they start running easily, we can give them that drill that they're not doing well in this part. We need to try to uniform and to make a homogeneous team and to do the practice in that way. And this is more complex. Now use your arms as well. This is more difficult with the arms in front. You need to find the drill where bigger part of the group can do it, which will force the other guys who are not able to do it, to give their best to be able to follow the rest of the group. We're using the basic didactic systems from unknown towards the known, from the known towards the unknown, from easier to harder, but every drill should be attached to the previous one. Now try again and do whatever you think you didn't do well, that you were not able to do. From time to time, we can give them 1 or 2 blocks or 15 or 20 seconds to do drill on their own, something that they were not able to do. They need to realize on which level they stopped and to try to fight with their coordination in the way that's suitable for them. And we're also developing here balance. You can put your arms on the hip. Somebody can close their eyes. From time to time, you can introduce something that nobody knows, something totally new. If we think that the group will get it well, and to heels, toes now. Now also include your arms. Try not to widen your legs, widen your feet. Try to keep them close. Now step out. Keep the pelvis in a position for the drill. To one or to the other side. The other leg, the same drill. We can also make it more complex, all these aerobics, but you've seen the basic idea. We will introduce the third group of the drills. Just one leg goes to the side. After the skip, one leg goes sideways, one foot goes sideways. This is now a specific drill. We're introducing ankles here. We started with more static stretching and introducing into this, and we were making it more and more complex and also to be more dynamic. few swings with one leg and a couple of swings with the other leg. Now the other leg, the other foot is doing this sideways moving. As you're doing this faster and faster, it makes sense maybe to continue with this, to make it longer, this stretching, and to have more repetitions. Now start to one and to the other side in this way. And we're warming up. Put up the inside leg. Now we're standing like this, press it a bit. If they didn't do this drill, we can get back for the last two drills to do it a couple of times and then to attach it all in there. We'll be able to learn it. Now let's make it more complex. Let's cross the line, but every time with the same foot. With the same foot that starts first. Now calf, stretch your calf. Now we kept the same leg and we were attacking. Now each time when we go in front, we will change. First left, right, and then right, left. The position of the body, of the torso as well. So the torso should be following the movements of the legs. Those guys who do not know how to do it, how we're going to teach them, we will cross a couple of times with the right leg first. And then we go with left. That's attacking first. Now change. Right. So 2 times left, 2 times right. And then 1-1. And you already mastered this drill. If you're walking, you will not be able to. But if you're doing faster, you will be able to learn it. We will do another block of these drills and then we will get into working with the ball as well. Now without going up. Next drill, as you do, narrow, narrow, wide, wide. Always right leg goes out first. Towards the outside. Now the left is going out first. Okay, be focused. We will do 2 or 3 times. The right one goes out and then 2 or 3 times left. One, then 2 times right, 2 times left, and we will change at the end every time. Will be the other leg that's coming out first. We will make cross and then parallel into contact. Cross step and then parallel. I want stance. Show me a stance. Show me a good stance. Bend your knees a bit wider. It's good that we came to this because we're making mistakes here. Stop. Is that a stance? No. That's a stance. Now let's slower. From the stance to get into a stance back again. But into contact. Yeah, that's with the outside. I have to stop the whole system. I have to stop the whole system with the hip. When you cross, try to keep your legs wide. You have 2 contacts now, but it's too narrow. So since we're going to work with the ball in this main part, in the main part we will also use the ball here to get the hands and the head used to using the ball. So there is one team of 3 and all the rest are pairs. Now we do skip, and I'm trying to pass the ball to myself. I'm trying to develop the coordination as well. You can start maybe from passing the ball from behind towards the front, because that's easier way. You can also use tennis balls here, bigger or smaller balls with bigger weights or lighter balls. So they could have done this, for example, while they were running at the beginning. It's up to a coach, to adjust this method, when he's going to use it. Now try with one hand to pass it with one end and then to the other, over the same shoulder or over a different shoulder. If somebody feels this easy, he can go to the left and to the right while doing this. Try to press the ball and then get into it from the back and from front. Now we're trying to feel how hard we put this dribble, I'm not bending my back. I'm getting down in a stance. Do not go away from the ball. Ball should be always there. And try to give yourself a bad pass, in order to try to catch it. Now, okay, we used some movements and some stances and positions they were adjusting to them on their own. But it makes sense doing that when the whole body is prepared for this. Now in pairs, skip running, and from right to left, and he's doing the opposite. Just this with one hand. Put your knees higher. Now with one fake, like we're playing water polo. Do not catch the ball with your hand, just with the palm. Now we will make everybody is separated by 2 meters from each other. They go to the baseline and they go towards the half-court line. So the player who is inside is making a bounce pass, and the one who is on the sideline is making a direct pass, and on the way back they change it. Now there's no fake. Be wide enough so that the pass can be able to. Now the player who is less tall, he will be the one who is the leader and who will make one pass, and the other one has to. We made pairs, one small and one big player, because we think that the player who is shorter has a better coordination. So now the big one is giving a kind of pass, but he is able to make a fake as well. Let's try to trick him in somehow with the look, with eye. This was not a good pass. Now from the same formation can be repeated. If they're doing it in team, if you have a team of three, two will be doing it, and one will be doing drills that we showed at the beginning for himself. So if he's not familiar with some drills that we did previously, he will be able to practice. Now one player is going in front and the other one is backpedaling. And now, and on the half court line, for example, this pair here is changing. Now a big one is choosing a pass with also being able to use fake. That's it. We will make one big circle out of you. I just need one ball. Leave the rest of the balls. We just need one ball for this, and you're giving it to me. We're standing in a circle. Drill. This is one of the million drills. I'm making a random pass to any of the players, and again when he receives it, but he's not allowed to give it to the first person to the left or to the right. And he's not, when he receives the ball from one player, he's not allowed to pass it back to the same player from which he received the ball. Now we will make it more complex. The left one from you, he will give you the name or a nickname of the player that you are supposed to pass the ball to. Very often coaches are saying, talk, communicate, and this drill, for example, is stimulating that communication that players should have in the game. So this player from the left will say a name of the player that you are supposed to pass the ball to. Why didn't you say the name immediately? So as you hear his name, you should be aware that you are next to the guy whose name was shouted out. So stop. What's the problem? You don't know some of their names? Come on. Drill seems simple, but it's not complex, but for some reason it looks complex now. You have to shout it clearly and loud so that the player next to the guy that you're passing the ball to has to be aware that stop. I didn't hear the name. Okay, we got it into a hang of it. We can make it more. You can make it more complex in different ways. For example, the passer is changing the drill with the leg that he's been doing. So you have a right to do all the drills that we were doing in. You can do skip, and for example, from skip you go into sideways movements. Stop, no showing. You just shout the name or nickname. Stop. Of course, if the part of the practice that's following this and very sharp and intensive, we're not allowing too much and we're not making drill complex. We're sticking to the main drill without making it more complex. We can make some fun, especially since they're older guys who can control their emotions. Let's make it more complex. Let's try to make it more complex. For example, this one ball will go, will be just passed by using a bounce pass, and the other one with a direct pass. Now again, they're shouting names, but one ball is just being passed by using a bounce pass, and the other one. Okay, all of us have a different cultures and ways of communication. And here are guys who are encouraging the other guys to, to shout and to talk. But so we are in the 39th minute of this drill. Finally, that the laughs came on their faces. So now this ball is going off the floor. So bounce pass, and all the time you do the same drill with your legs. Okay. Okay, we showed you how you can do it, and you can invent countless number of things and drills. This was a bit more complex with the balls and with the names. Now it would make sense, to leave the balls, and we will just do on the half court with some easier conditions. And the next step is the head coach doing the same intensity with the ball. So with the 30 and a bit more minutes, we managed to prepare them for this main part of the practice. So the first couple of steps, they should run strong. So the coach is showing. The coach is going to show them directions where they should be moving to the side. To the sides, they're moving in a stance. And when they're moving backwards and in front, they're running easily. Okay, make the alignment again. Now you're listening to my voice. I'm not showing you. Left. You're listening to my voice. Left, right, front, back. So left, right, back, front. Start. You're listening to my voice, do not. Right, left, front, back.